Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a great Monday. We thank you for tuning in tonight. We have a show full of hot topics, everything everyone's talking about. One of mine are all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our official website, thestephenknightshow.com. You can also watch us on our YouTube channel if you rather, The Stephen Knight Show. And we're now on TikTok, so follow us, okay? All right, well, we do have new merch, so go to our website, thestephenknightshow.com, and find out. You might want to see something you like, pick it up. Now, before we get started, our prayers goes out to the private school in Nashville, another mass shooting. This is the 129th mass shooting of the year. 3 students were killed. They were all 9 years old, and 3 adults in their 60s. They all were killed, including the person who presided over the school. And the shooter was killed, a 28-year-old who identifies transgender woman. Apparently she was a former student who was able to get to the school by shooting through the side door and got in, and apparently it was a planned attack. So apparently the shooter did leave some kind of note, but the authorities have not said what was in the letter at this point because it's still investigating. But our thoughts and prayers are definitely with everyone impacted in that community. All right, well, what's going on, family? How are y'all feeling? Happy Monday.
It was a little rough, but I made it. I'm here. A little rough.
What about you, Lynia?
A whole lot of rough.
I actually had a great Monday. For Monday, it was a great Monday. So
you feeling all right? You okay?
I know. I woke up feeling good, and I've been.
Wait a minute, though. He's coming up of a birthday, so.
Yeah, he good.
Yeah, but usually
Mondays
Mondays aren't usually my thing, but it was a great Monday. Well, our question of the day is: are you able to coexist with someone you really don't like? Lynia.
Huh?
Are you able to coexist?
I don't think so. Look, that's why I'm glad. I know that sometimes you're supposed to in certain circumstances.
Right.
But let's just say the Lord is still working on me.
Right. What about you, Chike?
So I want to phrase this right. I am the king of ignorance.
Yeah.
So if I can ignore you, is that the same as coexisting? Because I can do that very well.
I guess it's a form of it.
Yeah. With that form, I can do very well.
Yeah. I think in business, I'm better at it. But in social, I'll do like you, Chike, ignore, don't even show up. So I
have a question for you. Because I knew you were going to go here.
See, that's different.
Wait a minute. He's being very diplomatic, right? Sometimes you really someone can irritate you to the point where the sound of their voice really, really drives it home.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that, though? How do you deal with that?
Well, I've been in that situation before in business, but I knew that I had to just do what I had to do. So I did the minimum interaction with the person, but I still had to do it. And so, and I didn't want to create, I won't say hostile work environment, but you know what I mean, for myself. So I just tried to, again, I only dealt with that person when I needed to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in dealing with that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can I phrase this without being obvious? In dealing with that person.
Yeah.
So was it along the lines of like, did you have to reach out to them, or was it like, well, when they need something, I have to talk to them, then I will engage?
Well, they reported to me. And so, yeah, it was a little different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's way different. Chike know how I am. Once I'm through, but sometimes you gotta take some stuff for the team until some things get situated.
Exactly.
All that good stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, tweet us home. Tweet us home. Let us know.
Okay.
Are you able to coexist with someone you really don't like? All right. Well, let's get into hot topics. So Jonathan Majors, he was taken into custody in New York after allegedly assaulting and strangling a woman who was reported his girlfriend, who confronted him about texting another female. According to TMZ, local police were called on Majors, who starred in films like Creed 3, Ant-Man, and more, for reportedly assaulting a woman. The woman has been reportedly identified as his girlfriend, still unnamed. Meanwhile, Majors' team is shutting down the claims and calling the cap on alleged physical altercation. Now, the publication claims the lawsuit and law enforcement sources tell them that John Majors was arrested and booked on Saturday, March 25th, and is being charged with strangulation, assault, and harassment. Reportedly, police received the call for service and pulled up to the resident near the Chelsea neighborhood in Manhattan around 11 a.m. Upon police arrival, the alleged victim in the incident, a female, told officers that she and Majors got into a dispute. The female then claimed that things began to escalate when Majors allegedly proceeded to attack her. The publication adds that the alleged victim had more visual injuries in person. She had a laceration behind her ear and both redness and marks on her face. Now, after those initial reports, the publication updated that the woman who they claim is Major's girlfriend reportedly told police that she and the actor had been returning home from a bar in Brooklyn when an argument broke out. The publication says the source told them that the woman confronted Majors about a woman that was texting him. She reportedly tried to sneak a peek at his phone, from the alleged female that claimed that that's what angered Majors. Now, this happened, and already the U.S. Army, John Majors did. He was a spokesperson for ad campaigns, are trying to promote people joining the Army, and they've already taken down the two ads. They released a statement pretty much saying, although he is innocent until proven guilty, they were deeply concerned about the allegations, and they want to keep it down until the investigation is completed. Now, Major's attorney is saying, we are quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that all charges will be dropped immediately. They claim they have video footage from the vehicle, witness testimony from the driver and others who both saw and heard the episode, and the alleged victim is allegedly recanting her story. So, Chike, a lot to digest. He's at the pinnacle of his career. He has a lot of great projects coming down the line. He's about to do the Dennis Rodman biopic. Apparently, there's another film that's coming out in December that's expected to come out in December, and it's supposed to move forward at this point because none of the Hollywood is reacting to this right now in terms of distance himself from him. One, do you think that he can come back from this? And two, do you think the U.S. Army was too quick to move on removing his ads?
Well, let's tackle the U.S. Army first. U.S. Army, black man. U.S. Army, black man. U.S. Army, black man. So, if he can come back, I see they're already putting the spin on it. Me personally, it really doesn't matter what I believe, but back in February, somebody had put something out about him and said that he was very aggressive, allegedly, and not liked by a lot of people that he worked with because of his aggressive nature. And I don't know. And then there was something else that, it was rumblings, but nothing was concrete. It's all alleged. But now you have this. The police were called on the scene, but now they're saying that she's recanting her story. So what it appears to be is that is the spin campaign working, trying to suppress and quell the wave, but I don't know. It may have already started. If we can take a page from Mr. Chris Brown's book, it's not a good future. You don't like Chris Brown is still Chris Brown, but he's very limited as far as what he can do in his career because of, his violent past. I don't know. It all depends on how they work it and if people believe it or not, if they gravitate toward them. Violence against women is pretty major. No pun intended, but it's pretty bad.
Lynia, what are your thoughts?
In these types of situations, I am one of few women who I don't instantly jump on the side because there's a woman involved.
Mm-hmm.
Having worked in the family law field for many years and having seen women use the system against men, especially Black men, with false cause of domestic violence because you mad because a dude cheated on you, he don't want to be with you, you don't want to let him see his kids. Having seen that, I don't instantly defer to calling someone a victim, because people take advantage of that, especially when they want their way. If I stop and I think for a quick second, just based off of what's been put out there, if he's on his phone and whatever he's doing, he's on his phone.
Right.
And you trying to sneak a peek and you see something, who got the attitude first? Who's going to be the aggressor in that situation first?
Yeah.
You feeling some type of way because you think that you saw him corresponding with another female. So you're going to be in your feelings. Based off of what I've gotten so far, he was the one who called the cops. Not her. They, in the beginning when this all came out, there's no picture of her, but now there's something circulating of who this chick is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Of course, I wasn't there, but when it comes to Black men in this world, even if nothing comes from it, that stain is there.
Yeah.
It's there. And Chike already mentioned Chris Brown, something that happened years ago, is with him for forever. He's done way more, and like lived his life since him being a young man. He's a older man now. He was a young man back then, young man with money. Him and same thing with Jonathan Majors, young Black man with money. And when you are ascending, it is without fail that devil is gonna come in, and you have to. I don't know what conversations people are not having when you see stuff like this. Your team is not sitting with you, having these conversations with you on how you need to move and being careful and cognizant of how fast things can be taken away from you, even if it's not true.
Yeah.
Even if it's not true. So, he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
And for this to happen now, it's just, I don't believe in coincidences. I'm just saying what it is. Sometimes those enemies are sent in to infiltrate your space under the guise of being your lady or whatever. They're sent in to infiltrate, and you fall right into it.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw it on social media, I was shocked. I said, no, not, this can't be real.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. But I hope that whatever happened, the truth comes out. The truth comes out. All right, well, Judge Joe Brown, he's breaking his silence and threatening legal action after social media went into a frenzy trying to figure out the suspect that allegedly assaulted actress Sheryl Ralph. Now, Sheryl Ralph, she appeared on Way Up with Ye, and she alleged that a famous TV judge from the same network pretty much sexually assaulted her. She was saying that back when she was in the 90s, she was on a popular show that was new, and this particular judge had a show that was new, and she said it's not Greg Mathis. She said, I love him, he's great, it's not him. But he pretty much, they were at a business meeting. She was in a suit and they're from the network, a lot of people around. He came up to her, grabbed her from behind, turned around and put his tongue on her, down her throat. And she said people saw it. The mayor at the time of New Orleans, named Mark Morrell, he called and said, do you want me to call the police so I can get this squashed right now? And before she could answer, someone from the network came up to her and told her, please don't do this. It's a new show. That's a new show. We don't need negative press. And so, when after these allegations came out, social media tried to put two and two together, and they decided that in the 90s, she was doing Moesha, which was under the same production as CBS production company, Big Ticket Television. So was Judge Joe Brown. Now, Judge Joe Brown, he tweeted, there are false rumors being spread that I mistreated a certain lady about 25 years ago. I categorically deny both the accusations and acquaintance with the lady. Those rumors started with certain identified parties and spread. They ought cease and desist or contemplate a defamation action. In a recent interview, he sat down and threatened that his own legal team would continue to shut down the claims. Now, personally, I love Judge Joe Brown, but I do remember, and this doesn't mean that he did this if it is him, I do remember when he was on video, drunk, on video, talking crazy, completely out of what we see on TV. And so I say that to say that we see an image of person on TV, but we don't know what they're doing behind closed doors or what they're really like. But Lynia, I know you said that, you don't always tend to agree with the woman or believe the woman. She never said who it was. So
yeah, but she never said his name.
Right. So what are your thoughts on this story?
Well, I guess where I'm at is how somebody just throw their tongue down your throat.
Right. In front of everybody.
Especially, of course, back then, people were, we didn't have COVID back then, but right now, you just can't roll up on me like that. No. So I, it's weird. Whatever her experience was, is her experience. I wonder why she's talking about it now. And yeah, she never said a name. I didn't even put that together in regards to him. Because I could have sworn, there were little pop-ups of different types of judges around that time. Like some came and some stayed. Mm-hmm. So, I wasn't even, I was trying to figure out, because who was on people's court back then? Because Judge Million is the latest one, but there was a judge before her. Yeah. So listen, I done seen, if you watch Judge Joe Brown, it's like as he started to go along in the seasons, are you drinking or something? Because he was getting, I heard him slurring a little bit, and he was, and then he would kind of drag on, like as the seasons went on, he would kind of drag on, like, what's going on with the judge? Yeah, that's probably why he ended when he did. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the reason why they brought up, because I think they were talking about sexual assault, being female in a male dominant industry. I think that's why it came up. But are
you sure it ain't nothing coming out?
Well, she's already doing her thing right now, so I don't think she has anything new coming out other than Abbott Elementary. But Chike, what are your thoughts on this? And again, she didn't say his name. She just said it wasn't Judge Mathis. A hit dog will holler sometimes, but social media did say they suggested it was him. Mm-hmm. I think if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have said nothing. I mean, if they didn't say my name, I wouldn't say anything. But what are your thoughts, Chike?
Hey, Auntie Sheryl. We all know that she has a flair for the dramatic.
Yes.
And as the the whole tongue down the throat in my mind coming from her, not to say that she's not believable, but I'm just thinking that it wasn't literally a tongue down the
Probably a
throat.
peck.
I'm just not,
Yeah.
not maybe not even a peck, maybe like a lunging toward with an open mouth.
Right.
And, that's the way it registered as a, tongue down the throat, which is still an assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a little tricky.
Mm.
And it's like, now what? Like, the story's out there.
Yeah.
Somebody is rumblings around who it might be. Where does this go? Are charges going to be pressed down, or people going to investigate this? Like, why at this point?
Like, is this going to be a Bill Cosby-esque situation with people coming forward, from yesteryear?
Yeah.
Is this the boulder being pushed off the top of the mountain?
Yeah, like what is this? Like, especially with what he not even doing nothing. Like, what are you doing?
I see him on
What are you doing?
infomercials. I see him on
The other
commercials.
man, the pudding man, wasn't doing anything either. He was home chilling.
Huh.
Yeah.
No, but he was still trying to get a comedy show and all that stuff going.
And he was a
He
lot
still,
bigger. Yeah.
yeah, like he was a lot bigger. I'm like, but what is he doing now? Like, I don't know. Like, I just
I just see him on commercials.
probably about to drop an album or something. I don't know.
Well, listen, Jay-Z has become the first rapper to reach a net worth of $2.5 billion. This puts him ahead of his peers, such as Dr. Dre, Diddy, who've all reached success in their own right. Now, the Brooklyn-born artist has made his fortune through a range of investments, including real estate, music streaming service, title, and liquor brand. He also owns a stake in Uber and is involved in several other business ventures, according to Forbes. Now, as the business site notes, Hove comes in the list as the 1,203rd wealthiest person on the planet as of Friday, March 24th. Although the publication has yet to detail the reason behind the huge increase, it has doubled since last year when he reportedly was worth $1.4 billion. Now, a French billionaire, Bernard Arnault, CEO of LVMH, Moet Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, also sits at number one on the list, he reportedly is worth $216.1 billion. This milestone for Jay-Z is sure to inspire other rappers to follow suit and build their own empires. It's an exciting time for hip-hop culture as we want to see more artists become billionaires. Now, Jay-Z is a true successful story. His journey to success began in the late 1980s. And now he also credits his wife, Beyonce, for his own success, saying that she has been an inspiration to him throughout his career. Beyonce also is in the Billionaire Club, has also credited and thanked her hubby several times for her amazing success as well and supporting her through her career. Chike, how important is this for the hip hop community?
I guess it's all in how you look at it. It's all in whoever purview it's in. It's important to know that it's achievable, but I think we place too much, and this is Chike, I think we just place too much importance on that type of stuff. I mean, I get money, we need it, we have to have it, but it doesn't do anything for what's inside of here. It's money, it's tangible, it's extra. Who are you as a person?
Yeah, I agree. But
my thing is, what does that status, him having that status in the world, actually change for mankind?
Well, what I think it does, it allows us to have a seat at the table when we see more people like us, like billionaires, because a lot of rappers get a lot of negative, rapping itself gets a lot of negative, negativity behind it. But we see people like, certain rappers that go on to have these huge acting careers or business careers, and it shows that you can do more than just rapping. Not saying there's anything wrong with rapping, but when you get to a certain age, you're not coming out with albums and the hottest thing anymore, but you can go on with your career and be successful. And again, it gets a seat at the table, just like at the Super Bowl. Before, there wasn't much diversity, but when Jay-Z's company took over that part of the Super Bowl, it did bring more diversity to the shows. So it does help out.
So I'm in agreement with you on that, but I go back to what I said in the beginning about it's all about your point of view and how you look at that situation.
Right.
Because and I'm just gonna leave it on this. I would like to hear Dame Dash ask that same question and see what he says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lynia, what are your thoughts?
So other people counting Jay-Z money, because that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Whatever the publication is counting other people's money.
Mm-hmm.
I think that with growth, you learn certain things, and in learning, especially when you're in the field, since he's a rapper, from how he started to where he is now and his mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It went from hoes and liquor and jewelry to creating some form of generational wealth for now his children, because he wasn't thinking about that in the beginning. Right. None of them are.
Yeah.
And there's this thing in the beginning, because the labels, they want you to, have this facade, and they need you to put that facade out there because they need you to draw these young folks in and give them this false perception.
Right.
But they can't have you wanting to be, there's a word, I can't think of it right now, but counting, investing, developing, and creating different things. Because what this doesn't break down is what they've done in the community. Yeah. Because Jay-Z has gone out, they like him and Beyonce have invested in communities. Nas has invested in the community. Styles P, he's vegan. He's invested in the community. Yeah. Like there are so many of them, especially from the era that we come from. Right. They see what it is, and they're investing in their communities in different ways. And what happens is, it's like people don't know about that, but at the same time, if they were out promoting it like that, they'd be like, well, they really was true to it, they wouldn't be doing all that. So you can't win for losing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, damn if I do and damn if I don't. Right. I'm a part of the 1.2 cent club. Hey, I got $1.02. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm rich because my account ain't in the negative.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So other people counting this man's money, you know what I mean? But they don't know what went into that. Because there's a reason why you invest in different things. And when you get money, you're not supposed to hold it. You want that money to work for you so it can grow. So you are able to not have to work like we work for our money. Right. That money is constantly working for you, because there are different things that are working. You making money while you sleep. That's what I want to do. Absolutely. I want to make money while I'm sleeping. I turn over and be like, money, and go back to sleep.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So it all depends. It's your perspective and how you see it. But I know Hove say, well, tell these people this is where I'm at. He don't want nobody know where his money is. Right. Yeah, I mean, they only counting the surface. So congratulations, kind sir. Maybe we related.
Right. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Utah becomes the first U.S. state to limit social media. And then Tyrese opens up about his new relationship with his girlfriend following his divorce from his ex-wife. And Ticketmaster is in trouble yet again. Right back after this.